You've made progress. You've lowered your antibodies. You've calmed inflammation. You started feeling like yourself again. But if you go back to old patterns, stress, skipping meals, not taking those breaks, sugar, processed foods, your body remembers. Autoimmune flares don't come out of nowhere. They're signals that your system's under too much pressure. So today we're talking about how to stay in that sweet spot, stable, energized, symptom-free for the long haul. So drop a note in the chat. Anything if you've ever felt great for a while and then you suddenly crashed again. I know it's happened for me. We all slip up and it comes back and bites us in the right. So I'm Jen. I'm a culinary coach, a whole food plant-based culinary coach. I am a health educator. I am a functional nutritional endocrinology practitioner. And I'm someone who's learned that autoimmune healing isn't a one-time event. We go through cycles. Life happens. Remission isn't just because you got lucky. Hopefully you got into remission. If not, these tools can help you get there. But we have to do the work. It's not just a flip the switch. It's not just the medicine. You have to do the work. Those medicines, if you don't do the work, they don't help you get into remission. They might help you get into remission, but not because you've cooled inflammation. They do other things, right? We have to work on cooling that inflammation, creating those habits, meal by meal and day by day. So let's talk about how to protect the progress you've worked so hard for and how to make staying flare-free feel natural and not obsessive. I don't want you worrying about all the things that you're doing to try to keep yourself healthy. Here's what no one tells you. Your body wants balance. That's what natural healing is all about. But the same things that triggered your first flare can quietly sneak back in. Hidden stress that keeps your cortisol high, work stress, family stress, traffic stress, over exercising, eating the wrong foods, eating too much. The list can go on and on. And you can hear like those things could happen all in one day, right? Blood sugar swings from skipping meals, not eating when you need to, or choosing the wrong foods, or overeating again. Processed healthy foods that feed inflammation. The first thing that pops in mind is protein bars. Ugh, protein bars are not healthy. Look at the ingredients. My number one rule is always read the ingredients. Always. Ignore what's on the front of the packaging. Flip it over. Well, you want to make sure it's organic and stuff like that, but flip it over and read those ingredients. Do you know what all those foods are? Or is there anything that ends in OSE? Are there chemicals you don't recognize? Are these foods that you really should eat? And if it has lots of added vitamins and minerals, why did they add those vitamins and minerals? And does your body need that? And are those safe for your body at this time too? So always read the ingredients. Environmental toxins that overwhelm your liver. So if you're exposed to too many things, that can bring you right back into a flare. So making sure you're cleaning up your bath and body products, not only just the food, the air, the water you're drinking. I always have good filtered water. I encourage you to become a water snob. I am definitely a water snob. Go to a restaurant and water tastes terrible. You need to become a water snob. And sleep deprivation, which can throw your hormones off as well. So you don't relapse because your body has failed you. You relapse because life gets loud and crazy and we have unexpected things. So we have to build up some resilience and we have to do these things, get our body into these habits in a nice, healing, soothing, protective way. The key is learning to see those early whispers before those flares start to happen. Here's what I teach inside of my programs. So I teach clients one-on-one. I have some group programs. I work for Dr. Rita Marie Lascalzo, and I coach for her as well. And so I can help you in several different ways, but these are things that I teach. Stability comes from consistency. So things that we can do day in and day out. And they don't have to be like making a long list and staying in the kitchen all day. There's nice, gentle things we can do to love our bodies. So first, you have to have your blood sugar balanced. If your blood sugar is not in balance, all your other hormones are not going to be in balance. It's going to be too hard to keep the body strong and healthy. Every meal needs fiber, fat, and protein. I'm not talking about meat. You don't have to have meat. I haven't had meat in over 8 years, but you have to have fiber, fat, and protein, which comes in all of your vegetables and keeps your energy and your cortisol steady. Daily detox support, especially if you're coming from my world like Graves' disease, there's strong connection between heavy metals and Graves' disease, but there's also strong connections to endocrine disruptors and Hashimoto's, all autoimmune thyroid disease. So we have to make sure we're keeping that daily detox support. We want our liver to work efficiently by eating cruciferous vegetables, Brussels sprouts, kale, collards, all those beautiful greens, cabbages. And if you're worried about oxalates, for a whole nother topic, there are lots of greens that you can still eat that are going to provide the minerals and things your liver needs, your body needs, that do not have high oxalates. There's another way to balance them as well. Vitamin C, and I'm not telling you to worry about oxalates. I don't have to worry about oxalates. Vitamin C from your foods. Vitamin C is destroyed by cooking, and it deteriorates on those store shelves. And so buying local, buying fresh, growing your own, and eating some raw foods, or eating things like broccoli sprouts, very high in vitamin C. Those are great for the liver and detox support. Hydration, you have to stay well hydrated. Sweating, we sweat metals out. So you have to sweat, move your body every day and sweat. I'm not saying go and run a marathon. I'm saying moving your body enough that you're getting some sweat, moving some things out without adding stress to your body. And lots of fiber to help carry toxins out of the body. Love your gut, your microbiome, lots of colors. My number 2 rule is eat the rainbow and eat a variety of foods, including fermented foods. Ferment your own, or make sure you're buying raw, unpasteurized ferments, kimchi, sauerkraut, yogurts. You want to make sure that those are very, very high quality. Making your own is best, but there are other ones that you can get at the grocery store. I can help you find the right ones for you for that as well. That is going to help build your immune tolerance and keep your immune system balanced. Stress recovery, my go-to is Qigong. I discovered it a year ago after a really dear friend of mine shared it with me. I loved it. I knew I needed to teach it, so I actually teach Qigong. I do that in my membership group every Friday. We have Qigong Friday. Working on breath work. We also do meditations and Qigong as well at the end of class every Friday. But working on breath work, breathing into the bottom lobes of your lungs, that's where the chemical exchanges are. So are you breathing up here in your chest? Or are you allowing that exchange to happen? Are you exhaling enough to get stale air out? So working on breath work, journaling, if that helps you chill. I struggle with journaling, but I know a lot of people love it. It really works for them. Meditating, I struggle with meditating. I actually love it at the end of Qigong, which is interesting because I could never meditate before. Anyway, and sleep. Make sure you're getting good, high quality sleep. Nutrient density. Leafy greens, dark leafy greens. We've been hearing about that for years. It's good for your heart. It's good for your brain. It's good for your bones. It's good for your immune system. We need those minerals. Seeds, especially hemp seeds, chia seeds, flax seeds. Grind those flax seeds. Make sure that you soak those chia seeds before you eat them and store them in the fridge or freezer, because those fragile oils, while they're wonderful for calming inflammation, they can easily go rancid if we keep them at too high of a heat. Eating things like broccoli sprouts, mung bean sprouts, all of those sprouts have a burst of nutrients that are wonderful for your body. And eating the rainbow variety foods, those help add the phytonutrients and polyphenols and all these wonderful chemicals that our body needs to restore our immune health and help protect the thyroid as well. Boundaries and joy. Say no more often. If saying yes makes you feel bad, if saying yes just doesn't sit right with you, then that's a sign, hey, I should be saying no. Why am I not saying no? Figuring out why you're not saying no more often. Setting boundaries, protecting your care, protecting your body, protecting what needs to be done around you. If you said no and it feels good to you, that's the right thing. You need to say no and set those boundaries. I've struggled with that for years. And a lot of times with the thyroid, if we go back to like traditional Chinese medicine, that's where our voice is. And so maybe we have something going on here because we're not using our voice. We're not saying no. We're not speaking up and sharing our truth, speaking our truth. So practicing joy, setting those boundaries, laughing, moving in a way that connects you to others. Joy can help lower inflammation. Join laughter yoga. My gin twin, Jennifer Swank, she has it for free Monday through Friday. I'll try to put a link in the show notes for you. After my first big remission, I thought I was done. I'm in remission. I don't need to worry about this anymore. But I didn't understand the stress component. So I was talking about Qigong, I'm talking about meditation and things like that. I didn't allow myself to rest. I was working, I'm a workaholic. I've always had multiple jobs. Like right now, I work for myself. I have a membership group. I work for Dr. Rita Marie. But I've had to set boundaries so that I do have joy. I do spend time with my nephew and my brother, as well as my family, and I travel. I don't know if you've been noticing, but this year, every month I go somewhere, at least for a week, to spend time with those and connect with those that I do not have that connection, online. I work from home. I'm online all the time. I need to touch people, see them in person, feel their energy, right? I can feel energy through here, but it's just not quite the same. So connecting with others. That is so important. So I wasn't doing those things, and then I went back into a flare. Fatigue creeps back in, anxiety creeps back in, gut issues creep back in. And so those are signals. As soon as you start noticing more anxiety, more stress, you feel that little energy in your gut. Maybe your legs are a little heavy. Maybe you're starting to struggle with your sleep. Think of that as being your check engine light. Hello, my body is saying I need some attention. Remission isn't the finish line. Well, hopefully you can go in remission and stay in remission for the rest of your life. But like I said on the other episodes, life happens. Emergencies happen. Trauma happens, right? We're not just in this protective shell all the time. So we have to build in daily habits that feel good to us to help protect us so that it just comes easily, so that when those things happen, we can bounce right back. For me, it's eating greens at least 2 times a day. My goal is 3 times a day, but sometimes a chia pudding, I don't want to put greens in there, right? I could have some stewed greens on the side. I don't know why I don't do that more often. Maybe I should add a green drink on the days I have the chia pudding. Oh, great idea. Somebody remind me in the notes that I said that. Calm evenings. What are you doing to make sure that you are preparing yourself for a nice sleep tonight? Rest during the days. Take those breaks during the day. Sitting at the table to eat your meals. That can be a good rest, right? What are you grateful for today? Thinking about those things you're grateful for and eating the rainbow foods. Those things helped me be more stable, and they can help you too. When life gets chaotic, I know how to pull myself back out of a spiral. And that's what I want to teach you as well. Your body can give you clues before a flare. It could be craving more sugar or more salt than usual. For me, oh my gosh, I don't know which one it is. I was gonna say salt, but lately it's been sugar. I had a death in the family, and I've noticed that I'm going more towards wanting my granola, which doesn't have sugar in it, but I did put a vanilla protein powder, and so that has that sweetness. And so I'm like, oh, I want some of that sweetness. Poor sleep, vivid dreams, night sweats. Those can be a sign, hey, a flare is coming on. Brain fog, maybe you're noticing that's getting worse. Random joint or muscle pain. Let's figure out why you're having those pains and let them go so you don't come into a flare. Feeling anxious or wired for no reason, the heart's starting to race or something. Pay attention to that warning light. Don't ignore it. This is a reminder. Hey, slow down. Rest. Focus on nourishing your body. Maybe you need to add in some more green drinks. Maybe you need to add more color to your plates. Resilience comes from habits, not from rules. So I'm listing out all these rules, but just pick one thing that you could focus on now. And once you've mastered it, then pick one more thing, right? Focus on eating seasonally. What foods are on sale in the grocery store right now? Where is your local farmer? Are they growing something that you could eat right now from the local area? That's what your microbiome needs. Doing meal prep, planning what you're going to eat. If we don't plan ahead, we grab and go with foods that really are not serving our body. focus on community, focus on accountability. If you're having trouble sticking to your goals, find a group, find somebody who can help you with accountability so that you can build this, because I want you to go into remission and stay in remission. To recognize, hey, I might be coming out of remission, so you can turn things around before you go into a flare. Trust your body. Learn to trust your body. Learn to listen to your body. That was very, very difficult for me. I didn't understand how to listen to my body. Trust yourself to listen what's going on. Excuse me. That can be checking in each day going, what am I feeling today? What does my body need today? Right? So I had a client who said she's gone over a year without a flare. And so I wanted to know what's going on with her. She batch cooks on Sundays. I try to do Saturday and Wednesday. She meditates every day before bed. She joins every food demo that I present. I do those in the Culinary Healing Circle. Check that out if you're not already in. When life gets stressful, she doesn't fall apart. She knows exactly how to recalibrate because she's in line listening to her body and giving her body what it really needs. So this is your reminder. Remission isn't because you're lucky, is learning, is doing daily habits. If you're ready to stop writing the flare, crash, flare cycle, start rebuilding resilience through food and daily habits, then join the Culinary Healing Circle at culinaryhealingcircle.com. You can drop circle in the comments and I'll send you the link. I would love for you to join us. You've worked too hard to end up back where you started. Your body is always talking. Are you listening? When you stay connected to your body, when you stay consistent with your habits, and you keep your body nourished, you stay flare-free. And that's what I want for you. Cooking at home can help create that change, and habits keep it alive. Let me help you. Share this with a friend who's finally ready to stay well, not just get well. And I hope to see you again next week.